that small size companies share less than 10% of the global product. And this is a problem because we know that we have noted as a government that we have 300 economic affairs to develop for a small business, microeconomics problems, or microeconomic obstacles that gain competitiveness for this sector. And we are working in an agenda that improves the competitiveness in this sector. We think this kind of reform is the biggest of the last 10 years. For instance, the growth of the small size companies are less than the medium and big size companies.
Okay.
And for that, we think that we have doing 50 solutions that include in the agenda that reforms microeconomic environment in 300 of problems that the sector has. We, as a service of the government of Chile, we support this development in order to revert the sharing of this kind of sector in the global product.
Yeah.
Yeah? What impact?
Why don't you tell us just briefly about the services that C.H.I.L.E offers, and then what their impact is?
Yes. As I say, Small Business Administration of USA is similar that C.H.I.L.E in order to C.H.I.L.E is a service to support the small size companies growth with although our programs in training, in technical assistance, or in finance, to provide a final resource like Capital Semilla, or it's a seed finance, it's a finance to start up the project that you want to develop, and we're training the entrepreneurs to develop this kind of entrepreneurs. In three particular lines. So this give financial, give training, and give technical assistance. With a territorial perspective, which running on this program, C.H.I.L.E program, with a local perspective, with the community.
And what's the difference between training and technical assistance?
Training give to the entrepreneurs the competitive or the competence, and as technical assistant is provided service with a consultant that involved in the enterprise and give results.
Okay, that's like SWOT.
Yeah. And what would you guys say is the impact of these services you offer? What's the impact on the businesses and Chile as a whole?
C.H.I.L.E promote the development of small business, but is not in world economic sector. It's only a segment of this, and I think C.H.I.L.E reach many kinds of sectors: tourism, service, trade, and others, and detect what's the problems to increase the productivity or increase the competitiveness. And only in this region, last year we impact 10,000 companies and 10,000 companies with training, with technical assistance, principally. And with fund in Capital Semilla, we reach 300 enterprises last year, and in the global or in the country reach we have 5,000, no, 50,000 small business in all Chile.
And how do you, so you guys have all these services on thousands of businesses, is there a way that C.H.I.L.E evaluates their services?
Really, last year when since last year we developed a diagnosis for the participation of our entrepreneurs in our program, but before we don't have this diagnosis. We search about the result of this in this program nearly, but today is only we can build something more structured to give some results of that.
Eso fue detectado en este libro.
This was detected in this read, in this research.
You use that study to then come up with these results.
Yes, this study evaluated the impact of our programs, but in a quantitative basis and quality basis. But with this research, we develop diagnosis, and this diagnosis will be. We will be able to do some facts to impacts of our programs.
Great, and just find out. So this diagnosis, was this developed by C.H.I.L.E or did C.H.I.L.E work with the university?
Yes, it was made a relationship between university, C.H.I.L.E, government, Corfo, and others in a sector, but. We contract the work of academic from the university. The university, ¿qué universidad fue? ¿Te acuerdas? Del desarrollo. To elaborate, to doing the diagnosis del desarrollo. University del desarrollo.
University development seems to be involved with a lot of these analysis.
Yeah.
Micro.
Yeah.
Great. How would you say that C.H.I.L.E, the work that C.H.I.L.E does, how does that impact or promote economic and social development in Chile?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see like a relationship or?
Yes, but small size companies are part of the society. Because you don't have a corporate. You in front of a small size company you have a person. This person doing business with other person of this sector of and for that we think that when we doing something with this kind of enterprises, we impact directly of society. For example, we have a program to modernize the open market. You know what's open market? When the place in which you can sell fruits, vegetables, and others.
La Vega?
La Vega, yes. But sound like La Vega, but open markets around all the region, all Chile. Ferias, muchas ferias. ¿Ya? Entonces, this has a very big impact in the community in which are involved. And for that, we have very good results about this program. We invest last year at half part of our budget in this program.
And what was the problem exactly?
The program is open market modernization.
Oh, trying to make it more modern.
We invest in infrastructure and training and technical assistance. Always, our programs that we have, it's in 3 components: training, technical assistance, and money to some like in infrastructure or else.
In what sectors of the Chilean economy do you think have the most opportunities for growth and for C.H.I.L.E to help the small businesses?
We put our offer in these sectors. Principally, tourism is one of them, service and trade. Trade like a small commerce, but this is the more dynamic sector. But we think that we have a gap with other sectors that is not in our offer because they need invest very much, and they need venture capitals, for example. Agriculture or ¿cómo se dice? Fish market, for example. In this kind of market you can invest, but we don't have the finance to invest. We have to find outside of, but it's and they have less. They are not dynamic, but with finance maybe they can turn off these options.
So you said how you guys see opportunities in services and trade. You mentioned the ferias. What is the general profile of the small business owner that C.H.I.L.E works with? And I know that we've studied that there's a FOSIS profile.
Yeah. It's a small business that have a opportunity. That have one opportunity to grow up. FOSIS is their focus are in the vulnerability. And the poor people, and they don't have the focus in the opportunity. We are focused in the opportunity, and if they can grow up the sales in a short term, and an open market, and semilla capitals, or any kind of small business, our focus is in if they can increase his sales in short term.
Okay, so C.H.I.L.E works with any small business owner that has opportunity. They don't necessarily have to be poor or vulnerable. They just have opportunity.
Yes, it's wide open to the opportunity of the entrepreneurs.
Is there a limit on like
55,000, 25,000 UF, United of Foment, something like 500 million pesos of sales in a year. Yeah.
Okay,
This is it. But you can start at all pesos, but only if we can detect that will increase his sales in the short term. And very, very dynamic sales.
Yeah. And the seed funding is a grant. They don't pay it back. It's not a loan.
It's a subsidy, and it's not a loan. And they don't have they have invert in this project, but don't have loans.
What would you say is the importance of P-ness and B-ness in the Chilean economy as a whole?
Really, we wanna importance will grow up, but now they contribute less than 10% of the global product, but gives the 60 or 70% of the labor and employment of Chile. It's very intensive in labor, but is less intensive in incomes.
Okay. So would you say, since they're very intensive in employment but not in production, is it important to support them? But
for this our program has training, because labor have a very bad productivity, and its impact in the small business because are intensive in labor. and our programs and programs of C.H.I.L.E, you know what C.H.I.L.E is, yeah? And C.H.I.L.E focus in to increase the productivity of labor.
Okay.
And then, would you say that Chile has a friendly environment for businesses and entrepreneurs?
I think, in global terms, but at a small business we have to do more because we don't have a very equal opportunities between the big enterprise and small business. But legal, but institutional, but the support of agencies of the government are very good to this sector. But we will think that we have better jobs to make this difference or this gap with small business and big business are this.
And what would you say is the biggest challenges for entrepreneurs in Chile? Someone's trying to start or grow their business.
I think that we have the challenge of increase the productivity of pymes or MIPES. But also we think that technology will be a very good element to do that. And for instance, last 2 years ago, two weeks ago, we launched the digital entrepreneurship program. It will focus on to sell in a virtual and commercial platform that exists. And we think when we put our enterprise to sell in a virtual service or commerce, we expand their opportunities to sell to the world. This is one of the most important challenge that we have now.
Going off of that, what would you say is the most important thing that is necessary for an entrepreneur to be successful?
I think that is the perseverance of the entrepreneurs, because we fall down and start up, fall down and start up. Every time is a rebuild of our business. Perseverance, but perseverance without abilities, without knowledge are insufficient. For that, we have entrepreneurs have to be perseverance, but with knowledge and with social abilities to make a net with another entrepreneurs.
What kind of knowledge necessarily do they need?
Finance, accounting, marketing.
So business skills.
Yes, but also is necessary social abilities to doing a net, to doing to invest or to doing something together with others entrepreneurs.
Okay, yeah. Do you think that everyone can be an entrepreneur?
Yes, of course. I think that it's not a condition that you born. You can learn to be entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. And the most important attitudinal fact to be entrepreneurs is to be perseverance and to give the knowledge that you need for that.
And how do you think business owners have been impacted by Chile's increase in international trade?
I think that the impact of the international trade have positive aspect and negative aspect for the small business, but the negative aspect was referred of the competitiveness, the remain competitiveness of this with the when you put a Chile product but Asia product, for example, but when they have make something to put the innovation in his productive core competence, they have opportunity that transform this fact. For example, we have an entrepreneur. I can show you, but we have Luis Ramos. Luis Ramos is a small business. No sé si zapatero.
No sé cómo se dice.
Small business.
Zapatero?
Food
Shoemaker.
A small business shoemaker that doing a plantilla like with copper, because copper is healthy to I think that it can help the others and other problems that you have with your food. I'm not going to show you, but
you have some pictures.
Yes.
So he is very successful.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. It's maybe you can maybe if you wanna, or if you have time, maybe we can show you some case of that. For example, if you wanna take a picture or you know the product that they do.
So do you think? So Chile was very impacted by the competition that trade.
But innovation is the response of that. Corfo help us in this kind of programs of innovation with también Capital Semilla. It's a fund, but it's engaged with the venture capitals. Of Southern Angels and other kinds of people who invest in this kind of project with innovation.
Yeah. Do you think that what are opportunities for pymes and micropymes to take advantage of?
Yes.
What are those?
Principally in service and tourism. They can have a very good innovation, but competitiveness or comparative advantage from other countries, because it's not transferable.
Yeah.
And in the other sector, in the product sector, you can sell outside, but service on tourists, we have a comparative advantage that they don't have an advantage with us.
Yeah.
I think that it's.
What do you think is necessary for Chile to achieve a higher level of development and impactful levels of poverty?
I guess that the microeconomic problems or microeconomic issues that we have in a small business is issues that we affect the poor people. Our entrepreneurs are not healthy people. Our entrepreneur maybe it's more close than poor people than the others, and for that I think the poverty will be down when we can reform the markets in order to expand the possibility of to participate in equal opportunities. Now we have a very concentrated market in many sectors. For example, electricity. For example, logistics. For example, and this affects the very in the inside of poverty, because if electricity is expensive or transport is expensive, they have very big problems. And maybe we have create the space to the investors to doing business in these areas. I think this is why it's important, because the sustainable development of our economy, it depends of social development. For that, it's very important the work that doing FOSIS with the people in poverty conditions.
Great. And so, what is the future for females in Chile, and how is Cercotec preparing for this future? You talked about technology. Are there other?
Yes. I think that we can do a big effort to penetrate the small business with technology, to carry on to the digital era or digital to carry on to the development in this market, where Chile is a very small economy, and we think the markets are outside of Chile, and to be able to give the small business abilities to export or show their work outside, it's a big challenge that we have to do for the development of people.
Great.
Yeah, well,
Thank
thank
you
you
very much. And do we have your permission to put this information
Yes,
on
of
our
course.
website? We're going